Alright, up on Twitch.
Oh, no, no. Where is
Okay. Throwing out the announcements.
Okay.
Alright. The announcements have been thrown out in the appropriate locations. So, yeah, I think we all know the drill here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in Bingo Sync, but if it needs to be something private, feel free to DM me. It's easier for me to pay attention to Bingo Sync, so maybe just mention that you've sent me a DM.
Yeah.
Anything before we get started?
Are we allowed to DM
No.
you for, like, questions specific, like, did I complete this goal properly?
Yeah, if,
Or...
like, if
Really?
you ask, does that count, and it's obvious what you're going for, then I can just give you a yes or no. And then if you need any
Okay.
further clarification, we can talk about it in DMs or something, but, you know, if,
Is that new, or has that always been the thing?
It's one of those things where casters aren't supposed to influence a match, but they are, like, allowed to answer a question.
It always seemed weird to me because I could just, like, ask someone who's watching the live stream. Like...
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where it's like... we're doing this for, fun, so... I imagine,
Yeah.
like... It's all in the spirit of the bingo. But yeah, just like... If you're not sure if something counted for what you're working on, then, you know, that's absolutely okay to ask. And if you need to pause for any reason, feel free to call that out as well.
Yeah.
Alright,
Hey.
Oh, right, and also importantly, before we get started, do either of you have any compliments for Lamia?
No. Porgy is evil, and I will not participate in this sham of a game. And if now on this board there are 3 Porgy goals, I will resign.
My card blocker's not going to be too happy to hear about that one.
I feel like if you give the shark what it wants, it keeps its power.
Fair. Alright. Well, if you're
Okay,
both ready,
I'm gonna
yeah,
deafen.
go
Yeah.
ahead and deafen and mute.
Good luck.
Good luck.
I'm very confused. Good luck.
Oh, goodness. Well, since neither of them gave compliments to Lamia, I will just say, Lamia, your smile is looking gorgeous today. Alright. Giving them the both the, ready, we got a we and a y. Starting that countdown now. And off that timer... Reveal, not start. Okay, okay. DDG figured it out. It's fine. You don't need to delete the profile, it's fine. Okay, let's get the card up here. It looks like Lamia accepted my compliment. Sharks are cute, yeah. I don't necessarily have a direct weakness for them, but there is a bit of fondness for them. Anyway, taking a look at this card right now, we have Seaside Drive beat Stage 2 right in the middle. So that'll be an interesting potential auto-scroller battle if either of our racers decide to go for that. Something interesting about that too is that we do have a boss's general goal on this card. Alright, here comes the start countdown. And start. Okay. So we're immediately going to a Tactics and Night Manor. Hannahda has spotted that there are 2 Tactics goals, have 3 heroes at once in Ranked or Survival mode, and score 1,000 points in Survival mode. So they are immediately going for the Survival mode to try and get the 3 heroes and the 1,000 points. Whereas DDG is currently just gonna be going through Night Manor, probably a gold disc? Maybe a cherry even. Yeah, we have a cherry goal. One thing that's nice here is that the gift for Night Manor is very quick to grab. All you have to do is sneak away from the killer, which is very easy to do. We'll just be hitting him with the hook and then walking into the garage, most likely. Okay, we're picking up journals on the way, so I missed where the Night Manor goal is, but I assume it's journals. Alright, we hit the killer, walking back away. There's our gift for DDG. Picking up the knife. Grabbing some more journal entries. Row 2, column 3. Thank you, there it is, yeah. Find 10 journal entries. Okay, we're up to 1 hero right now in survival. One thing about survival mode is that when you have a hero hit the opponent's lines, it does immediately respawn, so... Oh yeah, look at this setup Hannahda's got going on here. Or at least I thought it should respawn. Maybe it doesn't. So yeah, never mind. We're juggling to keep these back. Why'd I think that they respawned? I thought that I thought I was told that they did. I can kind of understand not going for the middle square first here, because you look at this board and you're like, that's an auto-scroller, effectively. The only thing that you can do to speed things up in Seaside Drive is really take out the bosses faster and die at least once in each stage. So you might be just kind of thinking, okay, the other player's gonna get that for sure. I'm gonna focus on getting things that I know I can get around that. And also, it might be a comfort thing. I think that's 9 journals at the moment now for DDG. Need to go find 1 more. Hey, Dave? Hey, Mail City? Kia! Yes! I saw you were playing Robot Alchemical Drive today. I hope you had, like, just the best time with that. Oh, that's amazing. Not the UFO bingo cast. That's where I work. Nanao is like a treasure for us all. Well, welcome. We're currently playing UFO 50 Bingo. And for anyone that might not have seen much of this, we have two racers that are competing to accomplish as many goals as they can on the card. This is lockout bingo, so as soon as anybody does grab a square, the other player cannot grab it. And also, if either player forms a line of 5, that is the first victory condition. If both players run out of possible bingos to form, then whoever has more squares wins, so the first player to 13 squares would win. If it hits the time limit, whoever has more squares at that point wins, and if it's a tie game at that point, then whoever got their latest square first wins. DDG here, hopping into Quibble Race. I haven't quite seen if we've sponsored any Quibbles yet. Yeah, take care. And thank you for the raid again, much appreciated. And yeah, I think you've been going for quite some time. Yeah, I hope I don't get an out either. Alright. Don't have any of our own sponsors here right now. Just to double check, what are we doing in Quibble Race? Okay, I think we just got the 3 heroes at once on screen. Win 5 bets for Quibble Race. Oh, we lost heroes. Never mind. Yeah. Realizing now that they don't respawn like I thought they did when they hit the enemy wall, that is a lot of juggling heroes that you have to do for that goal. Alright, everyone's betting on Fink. This should be a relatively easy bet. Meanwhile, Hannahda's going into Fist Hell, surviving until Wave 7 as Cat, I believe. Where are you? There it is. Lower right corner-ish. Now, Cat has really rough stats in terms of Fist Hell. She has only 1 power. The main thing for her is that she is tough, so she can take a hit. But, she definitely is a character that you're gonna struggle to get damage out with. Whereas, you know, you got... I mean, Amy has good throws, but also kind of suffers from the same problem. Jay is kind of well-rounded, and then Victor has, like, all the power, but is a glass cannon. And typically for Fist Hell, the more power you have, the easier it's gonna be. And unfortunately, we don't have any opportunity to grab upgrades to round out our stats before we hop into the gym, which is kind of what makes this square a little tricky. But when it comes to playing with characters that have lower power, the beat-em-up classic of don't finish your combo is very strong. You want to just chain 4 hits together and wait a little bit if you want to get the maximum damage out. I'm just commenting, yes, I'm not playing either side. There's an entire bingo league, actually, that, that's formed over this. And so, this is the second season of Bingo League. Take care, Pika Blue Bear. Nope, just a really fun tournament being run for accomplishing the, like, basically what's happening right now is a bunch of rounds being played for positions in a tournament that'll happen once, you know, the pre-playoffs have, finished. And then everyone who's, the top 8 for each tier will move into a tournament at the end. Alright, there's Wave 7 as Cat for Hannahda. And I think we might have our 5th bet? I haven't been keeping direct track of how many Quibble races we've won. No food? Says Hannahda. You always can appreciate when, players throw in a terminal message for us. Alright, hopping into Waldorf's Journey. This is a very quick gift. Oh no, Hannahda's screen. Oh goodness. Discord, please. We are watching this through, like, I am basically streaming 2 Discord stream feeds. And so that's just... This sometimes happens when there's, like, a connection thing going on. It looks like, I wonder what DDG is doing here. Are we gonna be trying to push for, Oh, I wonder if we're just trying to get the gift from Quibble Race. Which the gift is currently... Or, well, no, it's not currently. The gift is to just have a sponsored Quibble win the race. Okay, it looks like Hannahda's stream has improved. Alright, there's the gift for Hannahda, which is 50% progress in Waldorf Journey. And I don't believe we've had any progress towards any puzzler general goals. We haven't had any cherry discs, and we have not found any Easter egg UFOs for our other general gifts. Goals, rather. And I don't believe we've fought any bosses either. I'm actually, at this point, I feel like somebody really should hop into Seaside Drive in that center square. Because Seaside Drive, that goal doesn't take that terribly long, especially if you take a death in Stage 1, so that you don't get the bonus game. And yeah, Hannahda's making some pretty good progress here. This is looking like it very easily could be a Waldorf cherry disc for having 50 shells at the end. Now we're gonna need to find some fish, we're gonna need to find a spot to land. Okay, that's gonna take away one of our puffins. Getting a good look at the landscape ahead of us. And, a little annoying that we don't have, there we go. Oop. Okay, now we've got headwind now, instead of tailwind. Oh, but there's a weather vane down here to turn off the wind. And so now Hannahda can just take a pretty chill path over into the palace. And the nice thing about having these extra puffins is each of these puffins can be cashed in for 3 shells, which will put them just above the requirement for the cherry. There it is. If you have any spare keys and you're able to jump all the way up and to the left, there's a secret chest up there too. Alright, Hannahda blocking off that middle column with our Waldorf cherry disc here, and that is also a cherry for the general goal. Let me make sure that gets marked for the right person. Alright, we're hopping into Elphazar's hat. Are we going to be pushing either of our lines right now? No. Well, okay, we're kind of making some additional progress here. Oh, it looks like we might just be a little bit behind here on the Quibble Race. No gold, no cherry here. I didn't quite catch to see if we got a gift. Alright, for Alphazar's hat, we're looking to have 3 level 2 upgrades at once. In Alphazar's hat, if you collect 3 of the same... LMAO. Yeah, that's it. We got the shot up and we got the health up. Yeah, that was really early. What the heck, actually? Wait, we also have the bombs? Wait, how are we this powerful this early on? What was that luck? I think that's why Hannahda was typing in the LMAO. Incredible. Dahdumbguy now looking around for 2 of each resource. What's there to be confused about? Ooh. Okay. DDG still looking for 2 more of the stick resource. And then 1 more green, 1 more purple. Nope, we got the purples covered. It's looking like our stick resource is going to be the rare resource for DDG. Yeah, I'm kind of curious here. I guess we can get bosses here in Alphazar's hat. Got our upgrades again. Is Hannahda gonna go for the full cherry? Yeah, that'd be pretty wild to see a full Alphazar's hat cherry. We are definitely in the stages where longer cherries like that are totally viable. Generally speaking, I mean, I said this last time I was casting a C-tier match, but most of the time C-tier matches tend to go towards majority rather than bingos, and then of course I casted like 2 or 3 heckin' games where a bingo happened. Still looking for 1 more stick and 1 more cabbage for DDG. And oh wait, we have a map piece. That's the gift for Planet Zolda. Let me make sure I get that marked down. I didn't quite see if Hannahda picked up any bonus game tickets to get the gift in Alphazar's hat here. They did, okay. So yeah, we'll see Hannahda hopping into the bonus game then, and we'll see if they're able to clear that out. DDG managing to get the last of the resources needed. 4-3 right now. Yeah. So oh wait, and that's also a boss in Alphazar's hat for Hannahda. Wouldn't surprise me if Hannahda then jumps out after the gift. That's enough for the gift. Gonna take a death, and we get our bonus. And we had a backup ticket just in case that last one failed. Hey, Glove, by the way. Hopping into Devilition for DDG now. Okay, got the gift in Alphazar's, and we're bailing. It is now Pin Golf time. Pin Golf is just generally a really strong bingo game. Anytime it shows up on the card, if you're... Oh, what is this shot? What is that shot? Oh my god, what? Even Hannahda's just like, what? Swag. Yeah, fair. Understandable. that was a really sick shot. That was still a hole-in-one, which is the pin golf hole gift, rather. Sorry. A hole-in-one is the pin golf gift. We have one of our 5 2 under pars. No! Barely missing the hole-in-one on that hole. Like, that was inches away. So where's our Devilition here? Have 6 villagers at once. So what DDG is trying to do here is save every villager and destroy every single demon, which is going to probably cost a few pieces. In Devilition, you only need to win each round by having more humans than demons. But if you clear every single demon, you get a demon clear bonus that gives you an extra villager. Yeah, a pin golf cherry makes a hell of a lot more sense. Another scam! Hannahda giving us a bra in terminal. I cannot believe how many, like, holes Hannahda here has had the right setup for. And then just something barely went wrong. Okay, here's another shot here. Okay, that's 2. I need to get better at the juggle pit hole-in-one myself. I've seen so many people just nail that shot now that it's like, yeah, I should probably practice that. Oh, barely missing there again. So that's not gonna be a -2 here. Okay, we have... Well, we can't really get... Oh my god. Technically faster because the hole-in-one animation takes some time, but also, oh my god. Okay, we might... No, wait, no, that's not gonna... That was stroke 3. Never mind. We just need one more -2 here. Which, ironically enough, I think one of the easiest holes to do that on is the very, very last one, Journey's End. So I definitely like that Hannahda is sticking this out. And worst case scenario, they can go back and pick it up on one of the holes that they missed it on the first time. But this will get us our second cherry on the disc. Sorry, our second cherry disc on the card. Is that minus? That was -1. Ooh, interesting shot there. Meanwhile, checking in on Devilition, we are up to 4 out of the 6 required villagers, just 2 more rounds to go of perfect clears. Alright, this one's not gonna be a -2 either. Yeah, I'm looking at that board too, and DDG got so many pluses there. Alright, one more perfect clear round to go, and we'll have the square. Alright, Journey's End. This is going to be a really good chance we have to get our last -2. Oh, and that might have just sealed it! Oh no! Oh my god. I can feel this pain from Hannahda right now. No! That was a really unfortunate series of shots there. But the nice thing here, this is still a cherry on pin golf. We're -9. So this will be our second cherry to mark off that square. Well played, Hannahda. And now Hannahda can go back and reset and just pick up one of the -2s that they missed the first time. So we had our -2 here. Where's our next good -2 candidate? Oop. Whatever, we don't really care, we just need to get through. Yep. This is the game's soundtrack. Alright, if we can get our hole-in-one here, this'll be the remaining -1 that we need. Okay, it looks like we're just gonna force the hole 3 -2. The song title will be listed in the top right of the screen, so if you hear anything you like and you want to check that game out specifically, it should be listing the game title and the track name. And this is all specifically from UFO 50. Yeah. Alright, looks like we're about to set off our chain. No, okay, double checking our work. For DDG. Hannahda is just not getting that last -2. I feel like another tile, or another hole might have been easier, but it's okay, we can get that later. Hannahda's now hopping into Seaside Drive. And this is pretty much an auto-scroller, but there are a couple of things that you can do to speed this up, like I mentioned before. You can take out the boss faster, and hey, there's 6 villagers for DDG. Very nice Devilition play. It's hard to kind of commentate over Devilition, just because I have a hard time following the chains unless I'm watching them from the start. Oop, taking a death early and deciding to reset. Oh, you know what? I'm realizing I think Hannahda actually doesn't want to take a death, because if you do get the bonus game and play it out, and you win the bonus game, that's a gift. And yeah, unfortunately DDG dipped out right before the gift would have been awarded. DDG now hopping into combat, Ants. Beat Skirmish with no casualties. Oh yeah, they were at round 5, so if you make it to round 5 in Devilition, that's the gift. You just need to finish the round whether you win or lose. So if you have a goal that takes you to clearing round 4, you might as well just take the loss. Like, just set up the worst chain and then set it off and then lose on purpose, and you'll get the gift for having made it to round 5. Just in case you're watching this back later, DDG. Or anybody that might be playing bingo that doesn't know that already. Alright, we're on the boss for Hannahda. We have not taken any deaths down to the last turret here. Sweet! That is a seaside boss. Meanwhile, DDG just about to make it past the first stage here in Combat Ants. And here comes the stage Skirmish. There are no queens in this stage, so this is all just battle tactics. And we need to beat this stage without any casualties to mark off the square. So DDG is currently bunching up all of his units in the top right corner, and then bringing only the soldiers to a more forward position. If you have your soldiers hold, they will focus fire. So now, all we need to do is get them to clump up a little bit, and then we're just gonna run over to the left and start luring in ants very slowly. Oop, okay, we're fine, we're fine. Our ant is damaged a little bit, but all we need to do is just not die. Alright, looks like DDG has a pretty good setup going here. And now it's just a matter of time and patience. So Hannahda will be getting 2 bosses out of this. Honestly, I think Hannahda should stick around through stage 3, just to pick up the Easter egg UFO there. And then also just to get the boss there. And at that point, you might as well finish out Seaside Drive. No, I'm kidding, right? I mean, you could. You'd still get 4 bosses. We don't really need the cherry from it anymore. But that'd still be 4 bosses. And you'd make Glove happy. Do it for Glove. Alright, there it is. Well played, DDG. DDG forming a little bit of a threat here on column 2. Both DDG and Hannahda want that Ninpek square. Oh no! DDG's hopping into Seaside Drive! Nope, nobody can see the chat. They are both deafened and muted. And they also cannot see the other player. The only thing that they can both see is the bingo board. So the fact that DDG is currently in Seaside Drive behind Hannahda is an unfortunate coincidence for his part. Alright, Hannahda on the stage 2 boss right now. Has the boss down low on HP. Ooh, took a death, so we're not going to get a bonus game here if we did want to take this to another boss or 2. That's going to be 2 bosses for Seaside. And Hannahda can now mark this whenever they want. Well, okay, now, because it says stage 2 clear. So, the square's been marked. Hannahda's dropping. Does DDG see it? I think DDG might be a little lost in the Seaside zone. Or at least might want to stick it out for the boss, just because you can at least get this pretty quickly. And the gift, as well. Speaking of gift, I should mark that for Hannahda. Ooh, we took a death on DDG's side. Oh wait, that was Hannahda, not DDG. Alright, we're gonna be getting the gift here in Night Manor on Hannahda's side as well. Alright, there's our gift. Okay, Hannahda is now doing a gift rush. So they are looking for the fastest gifts that they can obtain on the card. The gift for Block Koala is to create a custom stage and play it. And here's some fountains just for style. Oh, look at this. We're getting some nice decorations from Hannahda. This is purely for style points. Hannahda does not need to be doing this, just for the record. I'm gonna laugh if this costs them the race. And also maybe cry a little bit. Alright, looks like we're going for the gifts as well for DDG. Oh no, DDG is going for Easter egg UFOs. So if you hang out on this screen for a little bit, and you don't aim your shot, a UFO will show up here. Alright, there's Block Koala for Hannahda. We just need 3 sandwiches now in Ninpek, and there's a UFO in Pin Golf for DDG. Currently 4-4 on gifts. So DDG could theoretically go block this, but I think he's more focused on getting UFOs right now, which is going to be scary if Hannahda pops into Valbrace to look for the Zweihander in that game. It's only on floor 2, and very early floor 2 at that. DDG taking some time to think here, and I think this might be costly. Alright, there's our Ninpek gift. We're going into Porgy now. Ooh, there's the threat. Hannahda... Wait, did I miss 2 card? Or what do we have? We have Waldorf, Pin Golf, Seaside. I'm gonna call for a pause. Alright, DDG is still playing, so I'm counting the amount of time that DDG is playing, and I'll give Hannahda a head start here. We got Ninpek, Block Koala, 3, Seaside. Alphazar. Okay, pause at 37, 34. Yeah, I had... So what happened there was that I mismarked some of the gifts. So we do definitely have 7. Shoot, that was about, what, 40 seconds of playtime? Shoot, I should have kept better track. I said I was keeping track and then, like... Okay, 30 seconds. Okay, so when that hits about 40 is when I'll do... Yeah, pauses are always hard to govern, and that's kind of why I hate them. But also, if I didn't confirm that, I would have felt like I had mismarked something. Okay, I had DDG go. DDG, you can go! Okay, we're good. Alright. I think that actually wound up working out. Yeah, neither player going for Valbrace. I wonder if they're both just not comfortable with it. I'll be honest, I've not had much practice in terms of, like, pausing a match to double-check something. So the logistics of actually pausing something is, something that I'll need to work on a little bit. Oop! Oh, DDG dashing just a little bit too much there. Okay, we're hopping back into Quibble Race? What are we doing in Quibble Race? What is there left to do in Quibble Race? Oh wait, there's still another square. A gold disc for Quibble Race. So there is something to do here, but I really don't think this is where we want to be. Well, okay. Actually, no, I see it. If you don't think that Hannahda's gonna push that bingo, you can go into Quibble Race, and you already have some Easter egg UFO progress. Alright, there's our 3 heroes for Hannahda. Quibble Race Gold can be easy. It can be. Ooh, okay, it looks like Hannahda's popping back into pin golf. Are we gonna finally see the last hole-in-one that we missed earlier? And by that I mean a -2, so it doesn't even need to be a hole-in-one. Yeah, I think this is the only remaining bingo that DDG has left. Alright, go in for the shot again. Not getting it there. Yeah, it's neither player going into Valbrace. The Valbrace square is very short. You just need to get past floor 1 and then a little bit into floor 2. Hopping into Ninpak. What are we doing in Ninpak here? But no, actually, what are we doing in Ninpak? Oh, 6 extra lives at once, okay. I missed the square. So we need to get 6 extra lives at once for this square. Which mostly means just getting a bunch of points and not dying too much. There's a few set points where you will get an extra life balloon that you can shoot, and then I believe the others are controlled by how many points you have at certain point thresholds, or when more point balloons seem to spawn. I've actually not, like, fully dug into the exact mechanics of Ninpek Extra Lives. Nope. So, DDG has just gotten a fire alarm and has requested a pause.
Why is my fire alarm's going off?
Okay, yeah.
Whole building's being evacuated,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Take your time. See you soon. Be safe. Oh no! Oh, goodness. Well, both of them paused very quickly after that. Yeah, we're off to an interesting... It's been an interesting match. Amazing, Dave. Well... Yep. Good ol' fire alarms. I guess we'll see how long this goes. And I guess since it was asked earlier and then I kind of got distracted, personal favorite UFO 50 games, I absolutely love Party House. I absolutely love Campanella 2. I really love Divers. I don't think there's actually a game at this point that I super dislike in UFO 50 anymore, because even the games that I particularly had trouble with when I was going for my cherries before, I've kinda started to come around on. Like, I still have my issues with Star Wasper, but I kind of appreciate Star Wasper more after having played a bit of Bingo and seeing it in a Bingo context. And yeah, Caramel Caramel is another one that I've come around on. Caramel Caramel, I really like the score system. Like, okay, I think it could use better checkpointing, and the life system is weird, and the score system is weird. But when you're just playing it and trying to get a bunch of points by taking all, like, the right pictures and getting the shots off after you've taken the pictures, it's actually really fun. And I've, since gained a lot of confidence with that game and been having a lot of fun with it. I think the biggest thing for me, if I could just get over some aspects of Star Wasper, I'd probably have a much better time with it. Like, the thing about Star Wasper is it feels like you do no damage. And then I watch somebody who's really comfortable with Star Wasper, and they're able to get through it, and it's just like, is that just me? Is that just me? And yeah, visibility is a huge problem in Star Wasper. The extremely fast-scrolling backgrounds in Stage 1 and 2, and then just Stage 3 having such a blendy background, because you have those purple meteors that just blend in with They look like background objects, not... They look like background objects, not actually, you know, obstacles like they are. I have a bit of a soft spot for Mortal 2 on a side note. When I was going through UFO 50 for the first time, when I was deciding what games to cherry next, or even just play and explore next, I would hit the random button and just kind of explore by RNG, you know? And so, Mortal 2 was effectively my first game in UFO 50, and it felt like a really good introduction to me, because it basically put me into the state of mind where, like, oh yeah, this is a retro game style thing. I take a death very quickly, I take one hit and I'm dead. And, like, then I started figuring out what the different characters did. It took me ages to figure out that you could hold down the button to, like, even get an ability. So I didn't figure out scout portals, I didn't figure out the blocks, I didn't figure out the bombs for so long. And then as soon as I did, like, so much of the game opened up, and it was a really interesting exercise in exploring. And it made me really interested to see what Mortal 1 would be like since, you know, it was Mortal 2. And then, of course, I also really like Velgris and Seaside Drive just because they're such really good action-type games, high speed. Let me check this messages real quick. DDG confirming that fire alarm's still going off. Oh my gosh. That's unfortunate. If you could see another sequel made for one game, what would you choose? Honestly, I think Party House would work really well, just because you can just keep the same premise and add more units. Like, just more characters, more scenarios. And, like, I don't know if you've seen the Party House modding scene, but people have done some really, really cool mods for Party House to, like, completely change it in terms of, like, what characters are around. And so that one's, like, a really easy sequel. In my eyes, I think that one, you just add more things, and it's a perfectly good sequel, same mechanics. And yeah, DLC type feel to it would make sense. I'd love to see... Oh god. So here's the thing, I have very complicated feelings in terms of whether or not I would want to see a Divers sequel, because it's like... I really, 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 really like Divers. And a lot of what made Divers so charming for me is kind of just the exact exploration nature of it, and just how weird and obscure it feels, and how mysterious it is. And I feel like if there was just another game that was that, it might not land quite as well. So it's kind of hard for me to say for sure if I would want a Divers sequel. But if anything, I would want something that gives me the feelings that Divers gave me. A Rail Heist sequel. Like, just a direct Rail Heist sequel might be funny. Just like more stages, more obstacles, maybe more actions that you can do. maybe give you a lasso. I'm just kind of like looking at the games listed on the card here. Camouflage might be fun, just more stages of camouflage. Although at the same time, camouflage was short and sweet. DDG confirming that the fire alarm was not a drill. So it might be a bit. Oh dear. Hopefully things are okay there. Oh my gosh, I'd love to see more Valbrace as well. I really love the punch-out style combat in a dungeon crawler. If anything, I want Valbrace, but with more bosses. Because the bosses that are in Valbrace are incredible. And those are like my favorite fights, and I just want more of them. But still in a dungeon crawler RPG context. Because, like, yeah, you could just say go play Punch-Out, but, like, I really like the fantasy aspect of it. Like, there's something really cool about, like, diving out of the way of, like, a really big attack and then, like, finding the right spot to sneak in a few of your own hits, casting the spells with the cool system that Valbrace has. Like, I don't know, it's just such a cool game. I would really love to see more Valbrace. Yeah, I think, like, DDG appears to be, like, outside on his phone, and just kind of waiting for the all clear to go back in. Fire department still isn't here. Yeah. Well, shucks. What do you do? Waldorf's would be fun too, I agree. I was actually literally just thinking about that when you said that. I was like looking back at the card to see Waldorf's and it's like, oh yeah. So yeah, I 100% agree with you. There could be more funny, silly creatures and obstacles. Ooh, Vanger 2 could be neat. Hey Dave, have you ever played Metal Storm? For the NES? That might scratch some of the itch. How are we doing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. It is... I feel like... Vanger is definitely just like, what if we took Metal Storm but made it into a Metroidvania? Oh, Mini and Max too. That feels like that could either be the coolest thing or the biggest letdown. That's that's the exact kind of feeling that I'm afraid to talk about sequels, because it's like... Mini and Max is kind of one of those games where I really appreciated what it was. It was an amazing experience, but it would also be really hard to, like, make a sequel that felt worthwhile. Because if it's just the same thing, then it's like, alright, well, I already know the gimmick. So they'd probably need to find something to do about it, right? Yeah, that's also true. How are we doing? Ah. That's kind of why, like, Party House was the first thing that popped to mind, because Party House, I think, would lean so perfectly into a sequel, because they wouldn't even need to change anything, they could just add new stuff, and it would be an incredible game. So that's why that was kind of, like, the easiest response for me to give. Speaking of Party House, playlist heard me talking. And you know, bartenders helped me discover the song a little sooner. Oh, okay, DDG is back.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back. Good to hear that everything is alright. If you want to go ahead and...
Right, I'll definitely end.
Yeah. And ready to go. Okay, both of our players are double-checking where my timer is at, so that they can set their own timers to that same amount, because we do have a time limit of 1 hour 45 minutes, so it's good for them to have a similar timer. Three, 2, 1, go. Alright, we're back in it. And, looks like the issue's been fully resolved, so that's good. Oop! Ah, taking a death there in Ninpack. I can't imagine that the pause helped there, but, you know, making sure players are safe is, important. Bingo is not worth burning for. Yeah, Ninpek is kind of a rougher game to pause in and try and come back out of. Lily O'Meal resents that. Dave would burn for bingo. Well, hey, one kind of convenient part about this is that I think this will allow me to raid into CO versus Winterbit, which will be happening at 1 PM Pacific, so in about like 30 minutes on Nixel's channel. I will be casting Crumble versus Parchment later today at 5 Pacific. Yeah, there's so much bingo today. Okay, looks like one of the 2 PM games have been covered. I kind of want to see if someone else can grab Flesh versus Frogmoss. Just because I'd like to do some other things before the 5 PM match. But if needed, I might hop in on that as well. Anyway, back to the game here. How are we doing? It's racing season is over. Does DDG get the gold here? We're up to 5 lives here on Hannahda's side as well. Oh no, we're in debt! We are so in debt! Okay, we took a death, but I think you want to play this out if you're Hannahda. All you need to do is get 1 more extra life, because there will be a guaranteed one coming up after the bonus zone. Alright, here comes another shot at Quibble Race. The funniest thing about Quibble Race is that you can get a gold disc in this game just by betting the minimum amount and letting the other players lose. Because you can just win with $10. You can win with negative money as long as your opponents lose harder. Okay, here's 1 bonus. I think we'll have another one spawning a little bit after the bonus game here. Or I call it bonus game, but it's like a little bonus area of collectibles. Okay, shouldn't be too much farther before the next balloon. There have been some really funny clips from the bingo season this time around. Oh. Sorry for the shaking effect there. Discord is, being Discord as usual. Is it 10K? Okay, 12K for the points. So a funny thing about these umbrellas is that they jump around a bunch, and you can either kill them for a 100-point egg, or if you let them jump around enough, I think it's 20 jumps, and they'll turn into a crown. When you pick up the crown, it tells you that you get 500 points, but you really only get 300, I think it was? Or was it 200? It was 200 to 300. No! Hannahda taking a death there because of the mushroom. That's unfortunate. Either way, you get a lot less than is advertised to you. It's really funny. We've got 300 on Princess on DDG's side. It's one of those things that's been reported to the devs, and I think they're they're keeping it in as kind of retro, like, jank, to put it one way. Because in-game they have like this whole lore for all 50 of these games and how they were made, with UFO Soft being the in-universe devs for them. That's actually something I really love about UFO 50, is that... Oh, god damn! Really unfortunate death there for Hannahda. One of the things I really love about UFO 50 is the in-universe lore. Hannahda giving us another terminal message of sunk cost. They're sticking it out here, and I don't really know if that's... I mean, yeah, sunk cost. I don't think you're gonna get it on this. Wait, no, here's a thought. Hold on. I think Hannahda might be onto something here. You beat the first loop of Ninpek, right? And then you get like 1 billion extra lives in the second loop really early on. I'm not sure on the Cyber Owl's forklift. As funny as it is to make jokes about whether or not your forklift's certified, it is a little unfortunate when you, it is a soft lock, yeah. Because you can't even die in game over and get back to the base. Hannahda's really committing to finishing out this loop. Oh no. We are very close to the end of the first loop of Ninpek, at least. Oh no! We do need to make it to the boss if that's what we're doing, though. Oh no. Both players menuing at the same time there. I appreciate Hannahda having a main in Pin Golf and resetting whenever they accidentally don't pick their main. And yeah, it is still wild to me that we haven't seen either player dip into Valbrace. I wonder if either of them just thinks the other player is going for that right now. Or, I mean, okay. Hannahda has more room to ignore the Valbrace square than DDG does. And I guess DDG just is thinking, I'm just gonna hope that Hannahda doesn't go into it. If you're Hannahda, you're ahead on squares, and you're the one threatening Bingo, so you're not the one that needs to take action. But you can just win the game if you collect this Valbrace square. There it is, there. No, it isn't! Okay, let's continue. This is looking pretty good. Oh, but that angle, I think, is not gonna work. Here's another one that we didn't get the 2 on. Ah, dang, missed it again here. I think we didn't get it here either. Yeah, we got hit by one of those, spike balls there, and it interrupted the -2. Oh my god! Get in, please! At this point, Hannahda doesn't really care too much about getting a good score here on any of the stages, except for any that they can get a -2 on. And yeah, in pin golf, you can dunk into the hole, have it count, and then bounce out of it. Oh, dang, missing the -2 there as well. All the game cares about is that it at one point goes into the hole. If it bounces back out, it still counts. Is what I should shorten that as. Beautiful shot there from Hannahda. How are we doing in Quibble Race? Oh, those are some big values on everybody. Missing the -2 here again. Bummer. Here's another candidate. Just need this shot to go well. Yes! There it is! That's it! That's the pin golf square. Hannahda double-checking to make sure that they were clear to mark that off. So that is the last bingo opportunity that DDG had. Oh, I think DDG might be getting the gold here. Maybe a cherry? Thanks, RBW. Oh, how much debt are we in? Not the cherry. It's the gold. It's the gold. We got the gold. Both players conquering the gold that had been holding them up at around the same time. Alright, Hannahda now popping into Star Wasper. Would not surprise me if this was for bosses at this point. Ooh, and DDG hopping into Block Koala. I'm not sure if this is for Puzzler or if this is for the gift. Okay, I think DDG is doing this for Puzzler. So we need to beat 5 levels in Block Koala, 5 levels in Camouflage, and 5 levels in Warp Tank. And actually, on that sequel discussion earlier, I feel like Warp Tank would be another pretty solid sequel to see something for. Just because it's like, similarly, you don't really need to do much to make a good sequel for Warp Tank, you just add more levels and it's good. Maybe some fun new mechanics, but just more Warp Tank as is would be pretty fun. Alright, DDG has 1 level in Block Koala, and that is also a Star Wasper boss for Hannahda. The Block Koala gift is to beat a custom level. It is probably one of the fastest goals, or one of the fastest gifts in the game. Especially if you know how to use the editor. Yeah, it is true. Gifts don't matter. Right. Right, gifts don't matter. I'm so used to, like, having that as something I'm tracking in my mind that when it stops mattering, I still keep tracking it. Coming up here on the Star Wasper Wave 2 boss for Hannahda. Yeah, one thing that is worth noting is that you are allowed to have resources open during UFO 50 bingo. That's 2 bosses for Star Wasper. So either player, we have an actual resource document that has like tips and strategies for a bunch of different goals. So if you were to want to play this Valbray's goal, and you weren't familiar with the maps, you could still load up the resource doc, and there should be information in there. Hannahda handling this wave 3... Oh, taking a death there. But like, wow, that was a lot before the first death happened here. And here's why Star Wasper is kind of a pain in the butt. This wave sucks. Just, wave 3 sucks. That's my biggest complaint about Star Wasper, really. Okay, Cyber Owls. We are definitely doing bosses. I believe we're gonna need 2 bosses, but I might have miscounted. So let me double check here. No, we have not. We have 2 in Seaside, 1 in Elphazar, 2 in Star Wasper, so that's 5. And yeah, my only regret about the Angle stage here in Cyber Owls... Cyber Owls is really fun because it takes a bunch of different game styles and blends them together into one game. And so Angle stages, like you called out, are reminiscent of Cabal. I wish Angle had some opportunity to work in the really goofy Cabal run when you beat a stage. Yeah, that's true. It is just kind of 5 separate games in one story. Still. Yeah. The Yahoo woohoo run into the distance between stages in Cabal. Cyber Owls is also kind of a poke at Cheetahman, because the in-universe lore is that this was supposed to drop with a bunch of like magazines and comics and stuff, and action figures. Which, look, I'll be honest, I will purchase the Cyber Owls merch. Oop. Having to back up a little bit there for DDG. Good on him for catching the error sooner rather than later, though. Alright, that was 1 boss in Cyber Owls. And then we're just gonna hop over to Campanella for our last boss. I think Cyber Owls, for me, I kind of had similarly, like, medium feelings about it when I was starting with it. And, like, I didn't quite enjoy a lot of it, but then, as I practiced it more and more, to get the cherry on it, I started enjoying it more. Yeah, speaking of, hello playlist! Okay, we're backing out of level 4 here. Or no, that's level 6, rather. Choosing instead level 4. I believe this should be the last level that DDG needs in Block Koala. I feel like at some point I'm going to do another, like... I want to do another cherry pie sometime of UFO 50. Because Bingo has really changed how I feel about a lot of the games. For the better, really. That is 7 bosses. I forgot to... Wait, I was tracking on the wrong side. Oh my god. I had the bosses tracked on the wrong side. So, let me fix that real quick. Oh, it will. Yeah, because my understanding here was that DDG did not have any Bushido Ball, or what the heck am I saying? Boss progress. Why'd I say Bushido Ball? Because it's right next to the boss counter. But yeah, Hannahda had the 7 bosses, and I just was misattributing them. Which is probably what happened when I was mismarking the gifts. Working on getting 6 lives in Ninpak again. Okay, DDG moving on to Camouflage for the Puzzler tile. Me too. It is really interesting to me that we haven't seen the Valbrace tile. And I feel like Hannahda might be just, like, trying to make DDG block there, and DDG is just like, I don't feel comfortable in Valbrace, I'm not touching that. I'll be very curious to hear from both of them after, of what was making them not go for the Valbrace square. It'd be really funny if Hannahda got the Grimstone Square first, yeah. And the funny thing here is that DDG needs to get that square if he wants to win with the 13 majority, or run it to time. So, like, I really feel like DDG has no reason not to go into Valbrace here. Yeah, if you're concerned about your, playoff seeding, then generally you want to push for a bingo if you can, but also just winning is the most important part of getting a good spot. So I feel like it's not that it's not the most important thing to be strictly pushing for bingos as long as you're, like, getting the wins. A double bingo majority would kind of be funny. I wonder if Hannahda's just looking at the board here and thinking row 5 looks more appealing. Because just based off of the games they've been playing, I could see them dipping into Bushido Ball to get the first match clear with every character. That just might be a more comfortable bingo for them. Dropping back down to 4 lives, though. Got a little bit to go before we have the next couple of balloons. Yeah, Hannahda has really, really good board control right now. Yeah, fair. Alright, 5 levels done in Camouflage, now it's Warp Tank time. I wonder if Hannahda's gonna see the mark on Puzzler and just be like, alright, screw it, I'm going into Valbrace. Oh no, Hannahda walking into the spike there. Majority does not always directly win. You do have to block all of your opponent's bingos before you can win by majority. We have had several games where a player got majority, thought they had won, but then it turns out there was a bingo still available for the other player. And the other player was able to win because they capitalized on that bingo. So it is really interesting to see a, like, 13-7, 13-8 win in favor of the 7 or 8. Yeah, because at that point you would just be doing it for style points. So you would have to have such a significant edge over your opponent. Because you could have just gone for any of those 3 individual bingos. How much of a majority you can have without either getting a bingo or denying the opponent. Well, technically, if you feel like you could technically get 16 if you just got like a 4x4 grid, and that wouldn't deny your opponent the bingo. Or give you a bingo. Which would be pretty wild. Yeah, because any more squares than 16, and I think you'd be forced to have a bingo somewhere. Or be blocking. Oh, 20 if you leave the diagonal open. Right. Because then you wouldn't have a bingo. And your opponent could still get a bingo. Good catch. Alright, so we're hopping into Loop 2 now for Hannahda. The nice thing about Loop 2 is that you do get a ton of extra lives at the start of it. It is a harder loop. Okay, there's our 6 lives. We are now threatening on row 5. Good job, Hannahda. Yep, okay. Hannahda's going for the Bushido ball. So I'm guessing this is more that Hannahda's way more comfortable with Bushido ball than Valbrace. Yeah, and 2 of the bingo threats do rely on that Valbrace square. So I'm guessing DDG just really isn't comfortable with Valbrace to the point where he's willing to just let that be a point of failure. Where he's just like, you know what, if I lose there, then so be it. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a stretch to get the diagonal at this point, but it is there. Okay, Hannahda setting up the cheese with Yamada. And yeah, Hannahda has also blocked off all bingos and can get the majority here with just 2 squares. Yamada has been cleared. Hopping into Chiome. Ooh, versus Yamada. Maybe not the matchup you want to have for a round 1, but what are you gonna do, right? Ooh, nice use of Yamada's bomb there to sneak around Yamada. And that's 5 levels for DDG. Will DDG see the bingo threat and go to defend it? I don't think I've seen that, but wait, what? Help! Oh no! Wait, I think that was 'cause I think I think that's because Hannahda got hit by the bomb after the point, yeah, when when they were walking back to their starting position, they got hit by the bomb. DDG confirming if he can edit laws. So I made sure to let him know that he can. If a square needs you to play on default rules, it will specify that. This Chiome match is being a little rough here. Wait, what was that? Me contesting my parking tickets. Nice block there from Hannahda. So both players are going in opposite directions. Hannahda's going bottom right to top left, and DDG is going top left to bottom right. So we're probably gonna see them meet up at around Tomoe. Even Playlist is just saying, come on, go play Valbrace. Sentient Playlist in another universe. Alright, Hannahda has the Raizo win. Gonna be hopping into Tomoe next, I imagine. Tomoe was my first character of choice for Bushido Ball. Her sword swing is just really good. Even if her ability winds up not being the best, just having a nice sword swing arc is really comfortable to me. Alright, a Yumi victory. So we'll see both players playing Tomoe here pretty shortly. Yeah, for real. I wanna follow Tomoe's adventures. Unfortunately, her special really doesn't work on computer players. Alright. Hannahda now has 2 characters left to win with. Now, Yumi has a short swing arc here, but has some pretty good, like, specials if I recall correctly. So it's gonna be hard to get the cheese itself really going. DDG has a nice cheese going for Tomoe, though. Ooh, taking a loss there. So the cheese in Bushido Ball is that if you go into the options and turn laws off, then you can basically get up into your opponent's face and hit them with your weapon to stun them. And some characters are better at that than others. The cherry speedrun strat is to get up in their face and just mash. And you can just basically do that for all 6 games and get it without any continues. Oh, okay. Looks like Hannahda was able to make it work by waiting for the opponent to approach. So Hannahda just needs one more victory here. With Kotaro. Yeah, it would take quite a bit here for DDG to be able to pull ahead. Hannahda would have to lose. Ooh, DDG taking a loss there, though. Still 3 out of 6 completed. And there it is! Kotaro wins. That is the square. GG.
Oh.
Welcome back.
Well,
So I figured out what
Yep.
happened in my mind with the gifts. So in the order here on Discord, it's Boards of Hannahda versus DDG. But like, on the site, it's the other order, and I kept going back and forth in my head about which order it was here. And
Yeah,
so
that'll happen.
I had marked some of those for DDG when they were for you.
Well, you know, it happens.
Yeah. I have to ask, are you comfortable with Valbrace, or was that just kind of just like an I'm gonna make DDG play Valbrace?
Absolutely never happening. I don't know where that thing is, and
don't even know what that is.
I do not care to find out.
Yeah, because that's actually not that long of a goal, but yeah, I kind of figured that it was just like neither player wants to touch Valbrace.
It's like if DDG wants to do it, he can. I don't need this in my life.
Fair.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what that is. I've not made it past 4K on Valbrace. I'm playing on keyboard too. I don't think that was gonna happen. Actually, keyboard's for Valbrace though.
Yeah. By the way, that Alphasaur's head goal, that was like half a minute. It was.
You had like 3 upgrades so early on.
I genuinely thought, like, did I do this right? But yeah, no, it
You did.
Wow.
You just got extremely like everything just
Lucky.
lined up so perfectly there.
Yeah.
Damn. I spent the whole time gambling, dude. I spent like the entire time in.
Well,
I was gambling the whole time. There was like 0 gameplay. I was just slopping feet, man.
I think
the Quibble Racer sneaker fix.
Yeah,
dude, I was trying my hardest.
I mean, we went pretty head to head at the beginning, and then
yeah, and
like
then
I got
just like, oh, this Quibble Race school will fit perfectly if I get the gold disc. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I was so close to gold disc last time. I might as well go again. And then I just kept doing that. I think I just got like addicted to gambling. So.
Oh no! Well, amusingly enough,
so bad for my strategy.
I think you both, like, Hannahda called it out on their side. You were both stuck in kind of sunk cost games.
yeah.
Because right at the same time, Hannahda was working on Ninpec, and like things kept just going barely wrong at just the wrong times. And at one point, Hannahda pulled up the terminal and typed "sunk cost."
Like I need to remember, you just get 3 lives if you beat the boss.
Yeah.
Is
like,
it
I should-
cost like a terminal code though? Wouldn't that take you to a game?
Imagine.
I thought it was.
No.
Was it?
No, it's not.
Damn.
After you beat
But, like-
the boss, you get thrown into the second loop normally, and it
Yeah,
gives you
but
a bunch of extra
I need
lives.
I need to remember you always get 3 lives at the start, because I quit out fairly late, and I should not have, because you could just get the 3 lives.
Mm-hmm.
You just always get the 3 lives.
Yeah.
So that's took some time.
That was a fucked bingo board. I am not familiar with like any of these games.
Yeah, no, I
It's
love
like the
this
worst
board.
bingo board I've seen.
Yeah, no, this one was great for me. Like there were so many. I just like the entire like first hour. I just immediately knew, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this, and it came together really nicely for me.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm jealous. I will say Quibble Race was ecstatic. I absolutely adored that goal. That was incredible.
Hey, as long as you had fun.
Yeah.
Who's the real winner? I got to gamble.
I had to play Bushido Ball, so I think you won.
Well, I did also play Bushido Ball, but I spent most of my time in Quibble Race.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for picking up the cast so late.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of games today.
Yeah, so many games
sorry
today.
For
Oh no, it's
I
fine.
stuffed the Smash is dead.
I'm glad that, like, you were both able to, like, get up and, you know, get everything taken care of, and then also that everything's fine after the fire alarm.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot to ask if there's actually a fire.
I don't know. I think someone just set off the fire alarm somehow.
Hmm.
Everything was
Full
good.
range of emotions.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, I'm slowly gonna start heading off to bed. So thank you so much for playing and thank you so much for casting.
GG's again.
Yeah, GG.
That
Bye.
game, that was awesome.
Take care, both of you.
You too.
Alright. Just you and me, chat. If you want to see more games today, you can check the schedule here. I am personally going to be raiding over into what should be an active match on Nixel's channel. Okay, it looks like they're just setting up. So, we got more bingo content coming up right away, basically. And this match will be a B1 tier match between CO and Winterbit, so this should be a pretty heckin' fun match. So thanks for hanging out, y'all. I'll be back in a few hours. Maybe 30 or 40 minutes, but hopefully a few hours.